a mining outpost on the planet Valhost, came under the threat of a Death Guard raid, and the Watch Knights were forced to respond. The Death Guard advanced, burning as they came, in an attempt to destroy the entire facility. However, the Watch Knights were there to hold the line. Mechanized elements of the Watch Knights chapter proceeded to launch a fierce counterattack in an effort to halt the Death Guard advance. Ferocious fighting ensued, seeing many on both sides cut down and injured. On the left flank, Captain Drusus led his aggressors in against the Death Guard Terminators after they had finished defeating the Assault Intercessor Squad. There, in single combat, Drusus was able to cut down the Death Guard leader, winning an honor duel and securing victory on the left flank. On the right flank, the Intercessors tried to hold back the Death Guard, but were eventually overwhelmed. The Watch Knights then brought overwhelming firepower to bear, and with Honored Mormont, the Ballistus Dreadnought, they were able to expunge the taint of the Death Guard and force them from the planet. It had been a hard-fought battle, but the Watch Knights had emerged victorious, and the mining outpost at Valhost had been saved. However, their troubles were not to end there. Imperial spies reported that there had been an Eldar incursion on the orc world of Kartok, stirring up the orcs. The Eldari, it seemed, had been after the same psychosomatic crystals that the Watch Knights were after in order to complete the hub fortress monastery. The Eldari, it was said, had failed to capture the crystals, but had stirred up the orcs to the point where they were now venturing out and could pose a threat to other Imperial planets. The Watch Knights looked forward to a confrontation with orc forces in the future, but also worried that the Eldari would start raiding Imperial planets in the sector in order to get the crystals they sought, and the same ones that the Watch Knights were having mined. The first unit to get upgraded is Captain Drusus. He was able to defeat the Death Guard captain, and with the additional XP, we gave him he gained a battle trait, and his battle trait was Deadly Combatant from the main rulebook. Now all his melee weapons have the Sustained Hits 1 ability, and that's his upgrade. Now, with Squad Orion, they earned enough points to gain a battle honor. At the same time, they also took a battle scar. So, with the requisition point that we had earned in the battle, we used that to actually get rid of that battle scar. And so they now just have the battle trait that they gained. And since they're a mounted unit, we went with the main book, and we went with Tireless Raiders. And that means the models in this unit can make attacks with ranged weapons even when their unit is in with engagement range of enemy units. But they can only make such attacks against the enemy units that are within engagement range of them. So they can't be shooting out. And they can also make these attacks even if another friendly Watch Knight unit is also engaged in engagement range with the same unit. So that was their special ability. Now, since we finished up a defensive campaign, we had 18 honor points, which translated out to 3 XP that I could distribute amongst the units. And with that, I was able to give Assault Squad Rendaris an extra point to put them in range to receive a battle honor. And for their battle honor, we just gave Terminator honors to the Sergeant, so he will have 1 extra attack. With the additional XP gained from for honor points, we were able to upgrade Repulsor 4A, and we gave it Resilient Machine Spirit, which adds 2 additional wounds to its characteristics. So instead of being a 16 wound repulsor, it is now an 18 wound repulsor, and it just kind of fits with the Imperial Fist Descendant chapter being incredibly tough and resilient, especially on defense and that, and that's why we gave it to him. So, as a reward for winning our battle versus the Death Guard, the bonus was an additional 200 points to be used on your roster. We had 5 points left over for last time, so we had 205 points. We spent those points on, we only bought one thing. We spent 160 of those points on a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike. We're using it to add more of a mobile anti-tank air support to the Shadow Spear detachments, rather than give them a tank or the Brutalis Dreadnought for anti-tank. So this will be kind of flying in as air support as the infiltrators and that call in airstrikes and that when they spot targets. Kind of fits the theme better. So we're going with this unit, and that leaves us 45 points left over as we go in to face the Eldari next.